Hey, what's up? I'll be showing you how to fix your Fisher Paykel washing machine that has some lights that are not showing. Some of these LEDs, they tend to not work. So when you're turning this dial, it doesn't highlight which cycle you've selected. Your model might look different to this one, but the process and what we'll go through is the same for most of them. So I'll be walking you through how to fix that issue. The problem here is you'll be trying to cycle through your cycles to see which one you selected, but because these LEDs are not illuminating, you don't know which cycle you selected. So on mine, only the quick 30 and the bulky one is working. Otherwise, you're just flying blind. It's a very easy fix that most people will be able to do with soldering iron and some replacement LEDs. If this is an issue for you, if it bugs you, I know some people can use these for a while without changing the LEDs, but if you want to change them, this is the video on how you do that. The first thing you're going to need is to grab your model number. So your model number is at the front here. You open your door, there's a sticker, and on that sticker there'll be a model number which will tell you which you can use as a reference for the part that you need. So your model number will start with a WH, and it'll say 8560P1. You'd then go onto eBay and search Fisher Paykel WH8560P1 LEDs, and then it should show you some supplies. If you don't have a sticker on the front here, there will be a sticker on the back that will give you your model number. We're gonna need a Phillips head screwdriver and a flat screwdriver and possibly some zip tie cutters. What we're gonna do is we are going to remove this top cover, and we're gonna undo the screws in here, and then we'll take off this panel. We're gonna fix this panel because that's where the LEDs are. That's where it's failing. Before you take everything apart, just make sure you mark which ones are working so that you're not changing the wrong ones. So I know that that one's working and the quick 30 is working, so I can use it as a reference when I'm about to change my LEDs. Usually one or two will go out, but on mine, a lot of them are out, so I'll need to change them. You're gonna need to turn your washer off. With that, turn it off, unplug it from the power so we don't get electric shock. We're gonna remove this soap drawer. To remove this soap drawer, you pull it out and you push a tab. There's a blue tab at the back there. That blue tab, you push it and then you pull out. Set that aside. There'll be two screws, one on the left and one on the right. Back on the bottom, you'll find two screws, one on the left and one on the right. Go ahead, take them off. One on the other side as well. On your left and on your right, there'll be two screws. Take them off. They'll be holding this panel. To remove it, simply pull it up, just like that. You're gonna need to remove all these connectors. Take a picture so that you remember where everything goes. It's easy to put everything back because every fitting will fit where it came from, and the routing will just lead you there as well. You won't be able to put this one on here or that one on there. Simple as that. You're going to need some zip tie cutters as well. There's a zip tie there. We'll need to access this panel, this printed circuit board in there. We need to take it out. To take these off, there's some clips. So you need to push the clip in and then pull out. Once you've got that out of the way, all you're left with is this board. There's a couple of screws that you'll need to remove to access the main board. You need to take off, remove that cover. You need to take off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 screws. The board just pulls out like that. Just be careful when you're lifting it out. There's still a connector that is attached to the touch panel. So you need to undo that, otherwise you're gonna rip the wires off that. So just be gentle with this one. It will come off. That's it. We're going to remove these screws. As we remove those, we'll need to free this. So we're gonna take, there'll be clips around it, which you need to depress inwards. Take your time. You'll first need to remove this. That's your scrolling wheel. And then that will also come off. If you don't need to remove this, but if you want to be safe, you can remove it, and that way you're not going to burn the plastic. You'll have easier access to the LEDs. This is where you'll need your flat screwdriver to help you take off some of these clips. Off we go. At this stage, you can take your display and put it over this, just to be double sure which ones were working and which ones were not working. So if you only had one that was out, then you can just mark it's that one. And then, so mine, I can see that the quick 30, which is about 9 o'clock, and the bulky, which is about 3 o'clock. So this one and that one are working. So LED 4, LED 4. So they're numbered. LED 4 and LED 11 are working. Yeah. So just to clarify, LED 4, LED 11, those are working. The rest need to be changed. What you want to do is, if you've got a hot air station, you use the hot air station to take off the old LEDs. So hot air station will be something like this that blows hot air. That is much more effective to remove the old LEDs, and then that way you're not struggling and stripping off these connectors. So once you've removed all the bad ones, then you can start the process of putting in the new ones. Have a pair of tweezers ready. They'll be really handy to do this job. And your soldering iron, that's what you use to install the new one. So taking it off, just simply heat up the area where you're taking off. So I'm going to take off LED 7, just going to heat it up till it starts melting. You want to be just careful you're not melting the tracks on here. Lift it in a minute. That's it, it's off. So you've removed that, that's come off, then you're ready to do the other ones. And take off all the other ones. Maybe take it out of this housing so that you don't burn it. Once you're done with that, you want to make sure that you connect your connectors before you put everything back together. Connect them back on here. You don't need to connect the display panel. You only need to connect this, and then plug it to the power just to check to make sure that your lights are working, because you don't want to close it up and then only to find out that it's not working. So you need to turn this and see that all the lights are working. And I can confirm, yeah, they're all working. So 100% all done. Switch it off, unplug from the power, and then we can close it up. To close it up, it's just a reverse of what we did to open it up. First things first, plastic panel, make sure it goes on the right way. This connector is like that. Weave that through. No, like that. Make sure it all clips into place. Clips are in. And then we're gonna put this cover back on. Remember to weave through this cabling. Sure it's all clipped in there. And put back this bit. Only goes in one way. Put the screws back in place. Put back the dial. So it's keyed flat side to flat side in here. So make sure you put it in the right way. Test it, make sure it works. Get your display, your touch panel. Reattach. It goes on like so. Before you start doing anything else, make sure you reattach the cable for the touch panel. Otherwise, it won't work. Push it in. Clips in there. Simply put this back in. Get your screws and reattach all the screws on there. That's all attached. Remember to put back this. This helps for if there's any water, like it won't go straight onto the board, so just make sure you put it on there. Move it a bit more that way. Yep. Once you've got all that done, reconnect your wires. There it is. Put it back in. And then you have it connected to the power. Final test. On. All right. That LED is working. Heavy, delicate, easy iron, bulky, allergy, hand wash, drum clean, spin, rinse, quick 30, quick 15, quick 30, every day, back to cottons. Easy as that. If you have any questions about this process or about how to buy these LEDs, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll try to get back to you. As always, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next repair. Hopefully this has been insightful and helpful. Cheers.